going on, guys? Tony K, UGSM, living the dream as always. It's gonna be kind of a longer video, and I'm just gonna rant for a second. A little frustrated right now, so buckle in. Please excuse the fact that I'm just doing this on my regular camera. I'm not gonna be doing like stop and starting and doing any real editing. Not that I do much in the first place. Um, so, as many of you know, I'm an artist. My wife is also an artist, and we sell a lot of stuff through a consignment store. We were doing two different consignment stores. We went down to one, uh, and then through farmers markets and other, basically places we can set up and be vendors. We love doing it. In addition, one of the things we like to do is go to like thrift stores and whatnot. Um, and we do a little bit of resale so that we have more than just our art in these booths so we can get extra income, have more people come through, things like that. Just cast a wider net. It's not really difficult for us to get any of the merchandise, pricing or anything. That's not the problem. Obviously, a lot of you know, and a lot of you probably follow me because I play Magic the Gathering. And just like a lot of you, I've accumulated a ton of cards over the years, including a heavy collection of just bulk rares that, they're anywhere from 25 cents to $2. That's pretty much the pool of cards that I pick from when I make these special repacks that I sell. The repack is 5 randomly selected mythic or rare cards, 1 randomly selected foil, and then a randomly selected Magic the Gathering themed sticker. I sell that for $4, and I've sold some on eBay, I've sold them at the markets, and I put some up at the store that I was doing consignment at. We took 12 up there, and I went up there today to drop off some more merchandise and to kind of, see where things are at. And I noticed, no, there's only 3 left. So I asked the lady at the desk, none have been sold. So realistically, one of two things happened. Either they were stolen or somebody had them in their basket or they intended to buy them and they just dropped them off at a different booth. And that does happen. Don't get me wrong. I've done it. I'm guilty of doing that. So I'm not saying it's impossible for that to be the case. I'm just saying that's the less likely of the two. That 8 or 9 of these original 12 that we took in, and the thing is, I do put a little explanation of what you're buying on the outside of the pack. Now, I don't have any of the explanation cards cut out and ready, but this is the pack, and the explanation sheet just says it's a repack. You get 5 rare mythic, 1 foil, 1 sticker, boom. So this is exactly what it looks like. These are some that I made up, and I was gonna take up there, but when we got up there and saw they were gone, I was like, I don't know. And so here's where I'm gonna vent a little bit. So I've been doing this content creating thing for a few years now. UGSM is actually coming up on like year 5 or 6 for its birthday this December, and we've done a lot of different things. And it's been really, really, really fun every step of the way. And this is not a we're quitting or anything. Um, there's certain things that when you're doing content creating and when you're trying to be an artist, a reseller, all these things that we're putting our energy into, there's some things that you hear about, and there's some things you don't hear about, and you have to learn to accept. You have to be prepared to deal with a lot of people who maybe don't believe the same things as you, and instead of just disagreeing and being friendly, they're going to be a little ruder. That's fine. You do have to deal with, and I will tell you this as an artist, this is very true. You do have to deal with, it's a competitive market, razor thin margins. Most people who aren't looking to buy art don't understand why art's expensive. It's not expensive just because of the merchant or the cost to make everything. It's expensive because you may not sell a lot of paintings, you may not sell a lot of things, and you have to, make money for your whole picture, not just a single sliver of the equation. Again, rambling. Had my vitamins just now, some lettuce, and just rambling. Some other things that you kind of get used to when you're doing the content creating or reselling or trying to be an artist. When you're trying to be a creator, is that you learn about a lot of people that you're close with. You learn if they're truly close with you and they support you and they try to do things to help you grow by sharing posts, telling people about sales, or telling people about whatever it is you create. you learn a lot of that too. And there are people who have thrived, and there are people who have failed in my life at this that I thought they'd go the other way. There are genuinely people that I thought would fail who've thrived, and people who I thought would at least try to thrive who have failed. Again, as frustrating as it is, and as heartbreaking as it is that sometimes those are friends who are, failing, it's shit you live with. Um, I knew that there was always a chance that we would have something stolen from us. The moment we start trying to sell stuff, I think if you're not realistically looking at it saying, hey, you could have something stolen from you, or you could be scammed, something like that, you could have something wrong done to you, you're not looking at the business the right way. I put a lot of time into making sure that those packs were, first off, that the cards were priced out to where it was like 25 cents to $2 rares, so that making sure they're rares, things like that. And then I actually went through and removed a good portion of the lower end price stuff before I mixed it all up, because I want to make sure that you either got really close or you went over that $4 mark. So to have something stolen, taken from us, and it would have been like, $30 to $40, something like that. So it's not like it's life-changing money. It's the fact that the work we put into these things, and just the way it feels, especially right now, where if you are a small business or any kind of independent retailer, small business, anything like that, that between inflation, the holiday season, just everything that's going on, it's a very competitive marketplace to get people's dollars. Not even just talking about their attention, just their dollars. So for us to just have merchandise walk out like that, it is frustrating. It's very disheartening. And that's on top of all the other shit that I listed that you have to kind of learn to accept when you're trying to get into this game. Now, on the other side of that, here's the funny thing. I could look at this with a little bit of a positive spin and say, well, we officially are selling stuff that people deem worthy of stealing and possibly getting in trouble. I know some of you will say, well, what about the consignment store? They have cameras, but if they don't physically catch the person on the camera, you can have, Walmart has cameras. People still go and shoplift. That's saying that they have cameras, and it's one or two people working in this store, this consignment store. It's not like they have full-on security. So again, we were very aware of the risks, very aware, and I'm not mad at them. Nothing against them at all, because it's not something I think they have responsibility over every single thing. They have a little bit of responsibility, but it's not all on them. It really comes down to just shitty people being shitty. Look, if you're gonna steal from the big box stores. Don't steal from the mom and pops and from the small businesses, because more so than anything, what you did is you took real money away from us and that store, that our margins are so thin, we can't just write that off. I can't write off that money necessarily. So, like I said, just wanted to rant for a little bit. Not quitting, not giving up, not deterring from continuing to pump up all the shit that we have that we want to do. But it's frustrating, man. It's just frustrating, and you can deal with a lot of stuff, and I think a lot of you would agree with me on this. Like, you can deal with a lot of shit. People that you thought would be really supportive or would be there who aren't. Ups and downs in sales, the grind itself, negativity that you do get. But I think when people are starting to steal from you, that's just a different kind of punch in the gut. That, like I said, I was aware there was a possibility, but I didn't think it would piss me off as much as it does. So, I don't know. Keep the comments friendly. I definitely feel like it's a video where you can have a difference of opinion. Let's just keep it friendly, though. And as always, guys, love y'all. Thank you so much for the support. Tony K with UGSM. I'm still living the dream. And we'll see you guys next time.